Wasabi wallet. Unfairly private.
What's up, everyone? Ben with the BTC Sessions here, and this is your daily session.
Hodl that Bitcoin.
Before we dive into everything, of course, shout out to sponsors of the show, Ledn.io. This is where you can use your Bitcoin for a few different services, one of which is a Bitcoin savings account where you can earn Bitcoin on your Bitcoin, paid obviously in Bitcoin. Another one is the Bitcoin-backed loan, so you can use your Bitcoin as collateral to secure a Canadian or US dollar loan. So if you're trying to get your hands on dollars, but you're worried about selling your Bitcoin and you don't want to miss out on any price appreciation, this could be an easy solution for you. And finally, if you're a big Bitcoin bull, maybe you want to partake in the B2X program they offer, or Buy 2X, that's what it's short for. Basically, you can get double the exposure to Bitcoin. So if you want to check out any of those services, there's a link down below. And if you opt to get a loan, well, they will credit your account with an additional $50 worth of Bitcoin. And secondly, if you're into Bitcoin, then of course, privacy is an important thing. And one of the things that I use to help with that is NordVPN. So I have this on my phone and on my computer. It's always running. What it does is it hides your IP address, it encrypts your browsing data, and it has a bunch of other added benefits, one of which I like is unlocking geo-block content. So if you can't access something from your country, you flick this on, you pick the country you need it to be, and voila, all your content is available. So if you want to check them out, there is a link down below where you can get a special deal with 70% off, so pretty substantial. With that, let's dive into the news. So cool little thing I saw floating around on Twitter today, and this is the Unknown Fund. Looks to be from Anonymous, like the group. So they're going to invest and donate $75 million worth of Bitcoin into startups that help anonymity ideas, so helping individuals stay anonymous. The preferred niches are personal data protection, tools for online anonymity, cryptocurrencies, and blockchain. So I'm hoping that a good chunk of that flows towards Bitcoin projects like Wasabi or Samurai or Join Market or anything like that. Yeah, very in favor of. But in general, just anything contributing to anonymity online is great. So they did do a press release as well here. So just a few of the quotes here I will read. We are you. We are your sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, friends and colleagues. Our ranks consist of representatives of many countries and nationalities, united by a virtual camaraderie spirit and belief that we are fighting for the good of many and not for the benefits of some. Anonymous is the voice of those who believe in truth, freedom, and right to self-expression. Now, the main goal of large corporations is to collect as much information as possible about the personal lives of people and then use it for their enrichment. And they do a great job of it by making ordinary people get poorer. We are ready to fight for change and protect people. So if you believe in freedom of speech and the media, and most importantly, in free and accessible internet, then you are also anonymous. Our opponents should not doubt our determination or conviction. We will continue to fight as much as necessary to achieve our goal. So pretty awesome there. I'm excited to see how this goes and where the money goes to. So you can apply here if you're part of a project that you think applies. Head over. I will have the websites listed in the links down below. Moving on. So my employer, Bull Bitcoin, launched as of today Bull Bitcoin Prime. So this is available exclusively in Canada to Canadians, and it's for large volume buyers. So if you're buying more than $25,000 worth of Bitcoin, or selling for that matter, this is for you. It is an investment in OTC exchange. And so what are the added benefits of this? It's a little bit different from using the regular site. If you're, e-transferring in smaller amounts, this is a little bit different. So you get a few things here. It's a quick form form, and then after you fill out the form, somebody will contact you. Essentially, what you get is unlimited transaction volume. You get dedicated phone support. You actually get an hour of free Bitcoin consultation with a partner of Bull Bitcoin, the team at Verify. These guys are friggin' awesome. You get custom deals and payment arrangements. You get priority transaction execution and settlement, and you get assistance with dollar cost averaging support. And then, of course, all of the regular non-custodial Wasabi coin joined goodness that you normally get with Bull Bitcoin. So if you're one of those high volume people that may be interested in this, you can head over to this. It's just bullbitcoin.com/OTC. I'll link to that down below. But yeah, stoked for this. We put it up on Twitter today, and the response seems to be pretty good. So yeah, awesome. Let me know. Let me know how what you think of it. Moving on. So PayPal has cut payouts to over 100,000 PornHub models. So those of you unfamiliar, don't lie. Those of you unfamiliar, PornHub is a obviously pornographic website, and this is where people can post different videos and you can watch, or you can opt to pay for specific content. And actually the models themselves can go on there and upload their own content or live stream or whatever, and they can be paid out for their services and their content. One of the ways to get payouts previously was via PayPal. Unfortunately for them, PayPal has blocked these payments now. Not for any reasons that it's illegal. It seems just to be their morality policing. They're saying, we just don't like it, so you're not allowed to use us anymore. Which to me, again, seems insane, but is the entire reason why something like Bitcoin exists. So right now, they are using solutions which are just like direct kind of traditional payouts via bank. So, you know, wire transfers, things like that, which they'll still do the trick, but now those payments are much slower to get there. So a lot of people online, obviously Bitcoiners jumped onto this and said, hey, Bitcoin fixes this, which indeed it does. Now, will Pornhub implement Bitcoin? That's a good question. Oddly enough, they did partner with Verge cryptocurrency. I can't remember how long ago. Anyways, Verge is not... It's not the most secure, so it's touted as like a privacy coin. Now, unfortunately for Verge, it experienced a 51% attack back in April of 2018. And those of you unfamiliar with what a 51% attack is, when you have a smaller cryptocurrency that doesn't have a ton of hash rate or miners protecting the network and securing it, well, somebody can easily overtake more than half of that computing power and essentially reverse transactions as they please and kind of manipulate the history of transactions. And that's exactly what happened. And a few, I believe a major exchange got kind of screwed because somebody made a Verge deposit, traded it for something else, probably Bitcoin, and withdrew, and then reversed their deposit of Verge after the fact. So, yeah, I don't know if Pornhub's going to jump on something like Bitcoin. It seems like odds are people will revert to just traditional bank transfers until something like that gets cut off as well. Because as we've seen with things like Backpage in the past, where Visa and MasterCard cut off and then Bitcoin became an option, people look to Bitcoin as a bit of a last resort. So I'm sure some will look into it, but I think it's going to take a little bit more. Either way, Bitcoin fixes this. Moving on. Another thing Bitcoin fixes is the state of monetary policy, particularly in the U.S., is what these are referring to. But so the Fed has been injecting just billions and billions of dollars into the overnight repo markets to address liquidity issues. As of this week, they have injected an additional $111.9 billion with a B dollars worth of money into the overnight repo markets. This is the equivalent of 12.7 million Bitcoin just printed into existence in a week. So once again, while Bitcoin doesn't necessarily fix the Fed, it offers an alternative. And further hearkening to this is another bit of monetary news. And this was a couple days ago, but I figured it was worth bringing up again. Trump continues to poke and prod at the Federal Reserve, pushing for negative interest rates. And that is when you would put money into a bank in a savings account, and instead of earning a modest amount of interest, they would actually be taking money from your account for the luxury of holding it with them. So you would be losing money by having savings. And Trump is saying that if the longer they don't do this, the more of a disadvantage they are in compared to other countries. Now, the head of the Federal Reserve, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, has said that this monetary policy is basically unsustainable. So currently the US national debt is growing faster than GDP in the States. He said ultimately in the long run, that's not a sustainable place to be. How to fix that? It's easy to say that. How do you do that when you let me rephrase that. How do you do that? And when you do that is an issue that is up to you and not us. So referring to the fact that the Federal Reserve doesn't get to dictate the spending habits of the US and the banking policies of individual banks. It can only respond to how that's structured. So yeah, not wonderful news, but the release valve could be Bitcoin. So, I don't know. I'm stacking sats. Anyways, sorry to end it on a doomsday note, but I think in a roundabout way, at least there are options nowadays. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Of course, hit like, subscribe, and share. Always share. It's great to have new people here. In fact, it's been great having new people in the chat and everything. Nice to see you guys, and welcome. Now, if you do want to help out the show in another way, there's a couple links down below that I mentioned at the beginning, Ledn and Nord. And also check out Wasabi Wallet. It helps you maintain privacy with your Bitcoin. It's always good to mix your coins, break those links between you and them, because you never know what kind of prying eyes could be peering on you and your finances. So be sure to mix regularly with Wasabi. And also, if you really enjoyed what you saw, you can always drop me a Bitcoin Lightning Network tip at my tippin.me page. With that, I'm out. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you tomorrow for your daily session.